Good evening. I'm Susan Buchanan, the proud principal of Helen Tyson Middle School, and we are in for a treat. I've been talking to the kids. They're ready, they're focused, and I'm really excited because this is one of the first times that the band's been together. We had weather, if you can believe it, this year, and Christmas concert we didn't have. So this is going to be a treat. They're going to also perform at our school for the kids at the end of the year, and I know that our students and staff will be very pleased. I think you're going to be pleased at the amount of growth that these students have made throughout the year. Parents and grandparents, and family members, I need to tell you that one of the great things that also comes along with participation in band is that students develop discipline, they develop organizational skills, and sometimes it's very financially lucrative for you because they get scholarships. So your support and your help in their continuation in the band program is really appreciated. So I just want you to sit back and relax and enjoy these fine tunes tonight. And I'd like to introduce Mr. Danny Darrow, our band director. Thank you for coming tonight.
Thank you, Mrs. Buchanan. And we would like to also welcome each of you to our spring concert. Yes, as many of you know, and I really apologize, as we were preparing for our winter concert, Mother Nature decided to play a mean, cruel trick on us. And, you know, I kind of felt bad because I thought, well, the one time that we're going to get winter weather in Northwest Arkansas, and here it is for the band concert. And turns out that that wasn't the one time. I think this was one of the most longest miserable winters that we've had in a while. So thank you for understanding. This year we have 161 students sitting on the stage with us. These students are actually grouped into 13 different learning groups throughout the day, and we have 4 different teachers. So today is one of the first days we've actually only had the students together 2 times. Other than that, we've taught them everything that you're going to hear 13 different times a day. And 4 of us have been teaching the different pieces of music. So I would like to let everyone know, and I'm not sure where my other directors are, but I'm going to let you know who those are. Mr. Alonzo comes from Southwest, and he also works at HAR-BER and teaches our 9th period clarinet students and our 8th period flute class. Mr. Watt comes from Southwest, and he also helps at HAR-BER and teaches our tuba class and our trombone class. Mr. Morris, I don't know how he even keeps up with his schedule. He teaches at HAR-BER High School, Central Junior High, Southwest Junior High, Hellstern, and Helen Tyson Middle School. So all of those guys are a very big part of what you're going to hear tonight. And so I definitely did not do this by myself, even though it looks like I've been in charge of it all. They are very big factors in why we're able to do what we're able to do. So just a couple of reminders. Please make sure your cell phones are taken care of. I've been to 3 concerts in the last 2 weeks, and it seems like every time I hear something about a crying baby, please take crying babies out. I'm going to say if your child is being a distraction at all, maybe they want to play continuous peekaboo with somebody around them, or they're running up and down the aisles, please, please, please take them out. I know that you want to be here and see your child, but people without the distracting babies want to see their children too. So please make an effort to keep that child restrained. And sometimes it's not a good time for that baby to sit here and watch a concert. So the music is being funneled and piped out to the lobby, so please feel free to go out there and enjoy it as well. We are videotaping tonight, so please keep those, if you do have cell phones out or electronic gaming, please keep the noises down on those, or just better yet, leave them off. So we're going to get started with our first number tonight. It is a band classic, which features every section of our band, and it is called Band on Parade. During the fall semester, many of our band students were introduced to musical theater by viewing The Phantom of the Opera. And while looking for different music for the spring concert, I happened to run across the music to Phantom of the Opera, and I thought, is it even possible that our students may be able to perform this? And I went ahead and ordered it in, and they instantly fell in love with the music. And since that time, it has become one of the students' favorite pieces that we're performing this year. And although it's a very, very challenging piece of music, I think the students have done a great job. So we hope that you will enjoy Helen Tyson playing a little bit of night music with the Phantom of the Opera. During the course of a school year, we follow a kind of a set of curriculum that's agreed upon by all of the band directors and the band staff in Springdale schools. Sorry, that's a really exciting piece of music to direct. And throughout the school year, the students, we measure their progression on how they're doing on their instrument based on their pass-offs. And many of the students probably come home and talk about, oh, I passed off this, or I passed off that, or I'm trying to finish my red pass-off book or blue pass-off book, something like that. So tonight we are going to list our students who have finished their red book pass-offs, their blue book pass-offs, and some students have even gone a little bit further. We're not going to have them come up and get their certificates tonight. It would probably take about an hour to do that. What we are going to do is call their names, ask them to stand at their chair. We're going to wait until all of the student names have been read, and then we're going to all applaud for them, okay? I'm going to start with the flutes, and flutes, as I call your name, stand up and keep standing till we call all the names, okay? All right, so our flute red book pass-offs, Mary Lou Medina and Stephanie Martinez, Caleb Strickland, Brisa Perea, Francis Fuentes, Dulce Bravo, who could not be with us tonight, Carla Bison, Ben Williams, Brian Gallardo, Jasmine Abdallah, Ave Maria Sandell, Katie Beth Carson, Karen Herrera, and keep standing there, Erica Alexander on oboe, Megan Boyce on oboe, Charmaine Pineda on oboe, our bassoon passos, Red Book, Ben and Chen, Lindsay Korskadden, Landon Irvin, Rhiannon and Ray, Kayla Swopes, Red Book clarinets, Madison Brown, Elizabeth Carrillo, Olivia Castleman, Sam Hawkins, Jennifer Lopez, Emily Martinez, Gabby Mendoza, Helena Rythen, Beery Salas, Kendall Upshaw, Lindsay Flowers, Darcy Estrada, Samantha Alanis, Diana Castro, Alondra Villasenor, Shelby Owens, Rick Tack Ivan, Emmy Wayne, Tyler Brewer, Alexandra Chavaria, Emma Rosita Mota, Ulissa Rivera, Jose Rios, Becca Bittner, JT or Jacob Brado, Jesus Gomez, Beatriz Arajo. In our saxophones, Joseph Absher, Lisbeth Flores, Dea Garcia, Kyle Garibaldi, Marvin Mancia, Diana Munoz, Carter Murray, Carriel Thornton, Christian Flores. In our trumpets, Daniel Avila, Olivia Carter, Kyle Collins, Anthony Cordero, Omar Fuentes, Luis Garcia, Ivan Larios, Juan Martinez, Robbie Mason, Ashley McCash, Carlos Mejia, Chris Mira, David Munoz, Arturo Ortiz, Aileen Rojo, Kevin Rojo, Savannah Stewart, Alex Vicente, Uriel Vidales, sorry Uriel, Jocelyn Villasenor, Ethan White, in French horns, Amanda Darrow, Malcolm Garcia, William Gay, Garrett Lee, Christina Smith, in trombone, Logan Flowers, Haley Hayden, Angie Jaquin, Erica Orellana, Kong Zong, baritone, John Mark Eaton, Lorenzo Interiano, Zach Jarvis, Emily Miranda, in tuba, Fernando Gallardo, Chandler Hanshu, Ricky Juarez, Carlos Rivera, and Dallas Farguson. Okay, these are our Red Book pass-offs. That's quite a few. Can we give them all a round of applause, please? You are going to notice that we don't call any percussion on pass-offs tonight, and the reason is Mr. Morris, and hopefully your students have explained to you, they do a completely different set of percussion pass-offs where they are doing massive learning on all sorts of the different instruments. So as they go throughout the remainder of their year, students will continue to talk to you about kind of what they are doing, but it's just a little bit different than what the wind players down front do. So it's not that your students are not succeeding and not accomplishing things, it's just a different kind of system than what we've got down front with the wind players. So the next group I want to call off are our Blue Book pass-off students. And don't worry, the list is not quite as long yet, but I'm sure it will be by the end of the school year. In the flutes, our Blue Book pass-offs are Stephanie Martinez, if you will stand up, Stephanie, Ben Williams, Jasmine Abdallah, and Ava Maria Sandell. In saxophone, it's Joseph Absher, Kyle Garibaldi, Carter Murray, and Carriel Thornton. In trumpets, it's Olivia Carter, Carlos Mejia, Ashley McCash, Arturo Ortiz, Aileen Rojo, Savannah Stewart, Ethan White, Alex Vicente, in French horn, Amanda Darrow, and in baritone, Zach Jarvis. Those are our Blue Book pass-offs so far this year. If we could give them a round of applause. That pretty much equates to 2 years of instruction or 2 years of method books in less than a year. So those students are just really fast forwarding their instruction, which is pretty amazing. And then this is kind of the somewhere beyond the blue. These students have passed off their Blue Books, their Red Books, and are now kind of traveling in the vastness of other music. Aileen Rojo, I'll ask her to stand up. She has not only passed off the red book and blue book, but she continued to give herself more pass-offs, and so she's gone 4 pass-offs beyond in what she calls what we call the Go for Excellence lines in the blue book. Carlos Mejia in trumpets, if you'll stand up, has played all of the Go for Excellence lines in the blue book beyond what the required pass-offs were. Alex Vicente, if you will stand up, he has played all of the Go for Excellence lines in the blue book, 10 pass-offs in the green book, which is the next level, 3 of his all-region trumpet exercises, and has played all of his 9 all-region scales from memory for us. So that's pretty amazing. And then Zach Jarvis, if you would stand up in baritones, has played beyond his red book and blue book, has also played 7 of his all-region scales for me. So these students are definitely, and this is pretty much all self-motivated, so it's not me cracking the whip or anything. They are doing all of this on their own. So congratulations on that, and if we could give them one quick round of applause, please. Okay, and I'm not going to forget her, although she thinks I did. Okay, there's one more that I want to have stand up. She gets her own special moment. Savannah, stand up real quick. Savannah Stewart has passed off, is it 3 additional or all? Okay. Savannah Stewart has passed off all of her Go for Excellence lines in the blue book, in addition to all of her red lines in the red book and all the blue lines in the blue book. So can we give her her own special round of applause? And she just got a brand new shiny trumpet for the concert. Do you want to show that off too while you're here? Show them your brand new shiny trumpet. Yeah, pretty amazing. She's going to love playing that in junior high, so thanks, Savannah's dad. Our next performance, our next piece that we're going to do in our performance tonight is entitled All That Jazz by John Edmondson. And the students have had a blast preparing this piece of music. And it's not very often that we can take a bunch of beginning band students and teach them swing rhythms, but we were able to do it with this year's band, so we're very pleased to present And All That Jazz. Hello, all right. I'm going to ask my fellow directors, Mr. Morris, Mr. Alonzo, and Mr. Watt to come up and help me to pass out or hand out and recognize our outstanding students from each one of our classes. And as I told the students this afternoon, it's quite difficult to select any one student out of any class because we have so many students. When you listen to the talent that we have here on the stage, there's not one of us who doesn't feel blessed to share our day with your students. I'm not going to tell you that there are not days that we're frustrated just like you are. I'm getting to share the stage tonight with a 7th grader that I go home with just about every night. So it's kind of been neat to get to teach my daughter this year. And just like you all, I know that sometimes those days are frustrating and some days they're magical. And so it's very difficult sometimes to just say, you're the one student that just stood out above all the others, because we have so many students who, there's those days that just something turns on and it's just very magical. So I know for my classes, it pretty much is what student consistently stood out, what student just kind of rose above on a consistent basis. So I will start by having the directors hand me mine, and then I will step back and hand them theirs. Students, as your name is called, if you would accept your award, and then if you would go straight across and just let's line up, make a line in front, and then we'll have everyone applaud for you one more time. So, okay. My first student, and I'm not going to just go on and on and on about each student. So my first student is my trumpet 6th period class, and this is one of the students that was recognized just for above and beyond. And this is Alex Vicente as our outstanding musician from 6th period trumpet class. Okay, and then back to back with that is trumpet 5th period, and this is good. This was kind of a tough one. Outstanding musician for 5th period trumpet was Carlos Mejia, and definitely almost a tie there. And in baritone class, we probably could have had a 3-way split very easily on this one. Outstanding musician in baritone class is Zach Jarvis. You all cannot let any dust acquire on these. You have to dust them off every day, okay? And saxophone, boy, when you have every saxophone player who passes everything off, this is tough. Outstanding musician in saxophone class is Joseph Absher. He adds a certain character to saxophone class. It's really interesting. If you know Joseph, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Congratulations. I really can't take all the credit for this one because teaching the oboes and the bassoons this year has really been a big joint effort between Mr. Watt and I. So we actually both discussed this one, but our outstanding oboist this year is Megan Boyce. And all 3 oboists are going to do a great job next year at Southwest. So congratulations. And my clarinet class in the morning has just continued to come along and develop. And boy, I went round and round on this one. But my outstanding clarinet player is one who gives me a hard time all the time. And so, but I still yet thought she was pretty outstanding. Kendall Upshaw. Mr. Watt did a whole lot of selecting the bassoons this year, and I don't think he could have found 5 better matches for it to be in a class together. They're going to just be a great bunch going all the way through. And so I think we've got Lindsay Marie and Kayla Marie, and we've got, let's see, Lindsay Marie, Kayla Marie, and who else over there? Ben and Marie. I think we've all adopted the middle names Marie over there, but it is just a great group. Our outstanding bassoon musician this year is Rhiannon Ray, however. And this is one that was kind of a hard one to pick because, well, you'll find out why. Outstanding French horn student, just finished both books, did a great job, picked an extremely hard solo for solo and ensemble, did extremely well at that. And so our outstanding French horn soloist, our student, is Amanda Darrow.
Hi, good evening. My name is CJ Morris. I am assistant band director here at HAR-BER, but I also teach the beginning percussion class at Helen Tyson. It's been a real honor and privilege to teach these young men and young lady. It's also been, as you can imagine, with 13 boys and 1 girl, a lot of interesting days together in class. There's a lot of outstanding players, and they're going to make the transition to junior high really, really well. But I did notice that one person had not only great playing ability, but was really exemplary in their behavior and their attitude every day in class. My outstanding percussionist award goes to Mr. Austin Todd.
Good evening. My name is Omar Alonso, and I'm the assistant band director at Southwest Junior High. And I go to Helen Tyson and teach the other beginner clarinet class, the 9th period, and the 8th period beginning flute class. It's been an honor working with amazing students and amazing musicians that I feel like are better than I am every day for some reason. But my outstanding musician for flute goes to an individual who really stood out because this person always worked hard, was always motivated, always wanted to do the best, and would come in class and say, "Can I play this off for you?" I was like, "That's not a pass off. Can I still do it anyway?" "Sure." And that award goes to Ben Williams. For my clarinet award, I'm very picky as to who I give this to because I'm a clarinet player myself. So I'm looking for somebody that's always there, always working hard, 100%, and goes for above and beyond. And this student literally was there after school all the time and would always say, "Mr. Alonso, Mr. Alonso." I was like, "Yes, can I play so-and-so?" "Sure." And every day just wanting to get better. "Can you teach me this?" "Yes." Never left me alone, which is awesome. Okay, and this award goes to Emmy Wayne.
Good evening. My name is Brian Watt. I'm the head director at Southwest Junior High School. Before we pass out and hand out our last few awards here, I want to say, first of all, thank you for supporting these young people in an awesome endeavor. If you remember the sounds you were hearing in September or August in the back bedroom, you thought somebody was slaughtering cattle back there. I don't know. To what you're hearing now, it's just amazing the progress they've made. We're so proud. I had the honor of teaching 2 of our 3 oboists and 2 of our 5 bassoons in the morning, driving back to Southwest to do rehearsals, and drive back in the afternoon to do beginning trombones and beginning tubas. And it's a great way to end my day. I hope that you are considering supporting your child going and continuing in the band programs that we have in Springdale. I'm a Springdale graduate, so is Mr. Alonzo, and we are so proud of what we have here in Springdale. Our administration and support team really do go above and beyond in making sure that our young people are successful. And most of our students here will be going to Southwest next year, and if your child has signed up for band, or maybe they just don't know yet what they want to do, I want to cordially invite you to the Southwest Spring Concert, which is Monday, May 19th. Come and listen to and hear where these students will be in the next year or two. Talk to their parents, talk to the students we have there, and see what kind of experience they're having. Like Mr. Darrell said earlier, and Ms. Buchanan said also, that we teach responsibility, time management skills, focus on independent work and teamwork. Mr. Alonzo also, I believe it was hinted to it earlier to our students before the concert, that we were the only junior high band program in Springdale to receive the highest award you can receive in concert season. We have countless all-region students. What we're doing, and our students are doing, the work they're doing, we're doing it very well. And we want to continue and have your students who've worked so hard this entire year at doing something special to continue that and be successful. Give them a home. We're a family here. And I hope that my students can say, my bassoon players and oboe players and tubas and trombones, that my class is not your normal everyday class. We incorporate fun into the class and learning. They don't know that they're learning until they get together like a night tonight and they go, wow, we're good. Yes, you are. You are good. So please continue to support them. If you have any questions of the Southwest Band program, you speak to Mr. Alonzo or myself, and we'll be glad to answer any questions you have. Now on to our awards. 12 trombone players this year, 12 very diverse personalities. We have a lot of fun. Some have more fun than the others, but there is one person that from day one until tonight has demonstrated the most prepared and been the highest quality sound. This was a tough choice to make. They all play so well. And there's just one that kind of stood above the rest of them. And our outstanding musician for trombone this year is awarded to Miss Haley Hayden. Our last award this evening is for our beginning tuba class. The beginning tuba players are different animals. You've got to be to want to play that big old instrument and be full of hot air. And I think we did a great job in selecting the right students for that this year. Again, many fantastic young musicians. And this was another hard decision, but at the end of this school year, there was this one that kind of stood apart from the rest. Our most outstanding musician for the tuba class this year is Fernando Gallardo.
And I know you all don't come to band concerts to hear people talk. You come to hear bands play. But I think this is definitely worth our while to really recognize our students who have really gone above and beyond. But really, we're not looking at just 13 outstanding musicians right here. We're really looking at 161 students sitting on this stage who have done tremendous work. I talked to the students earlier today about how it was on day one, and we never know what it's going to be like when we get to this day, but we are so pleased that we've just continued to see growth in all of these students. And so again, we're very thankful that we have these 13 who have really gone above and beyond, but we're so thankful that we have all 161 of these students that we get to work with on a daily basis. So could we get one more round of applause for not only our 13, but all 161? Okay, and students, you can head back. And I'm going to kind of wrap up my talking portion of this with just a few thank yous. The setup that happened this morning was a direct result of Mr. Ford, Mr. Morris, and the students at HAR-BER High School for coming in and giving up their morning to set up all of these chairs and stands for our students and bringing the percussion. So I'd like to thank them for all of the work that they did to set everything up for the Helen Tyson Band. Our HAR-BER High School video services are here videoing, and if you could, and if you would like to have a video copy of this, a DVD copy, please stop by the front table out in the lobby and order a copy. It would be great to have. Sometimes you don't watch them immediately, but in 4 or 5 years, the students love to go back and see what they did. It brings back great memories. I'd like to thank my music team at Helen Tyson. You've met or gotten to see all of the teachers I teach with daily. But Mr. Lloyd and Ms. Parkhurst, who teach with the choir, we share a great many of these students. And without our planning and collaboration of when the band is going to meet and when the choir is going to meet, we really couldn't get things together. So if either of them are here tonight, thank you very much for working with me and being such a great team to work with. And then our administrators at Helen Tyson. They are very supportive of what we do. I wish many of you, and some of you were here to get to see Ms. McConnell direct the band today. She had never done that, although she was in band. She had never directed the band, so we put her right up here, square on that podium, and had her direct. So if you're on our Helen Tyson page, band Facebook page, look for that picture. You'll love it. So, but thanks to Ms. Buchanan for her wonderful support throughout my 3 years at Helen Tyson. Ms. McConnell, she comes down, checks on us quite often, and she definitely knows. If she ever needs a little bit of lift in her hair, she comes down and listens to that clarinet class, and that always provides some extra boof. And Mr. Scott, our new assistant principal this year, has been wonderfully supportive of our band and everything that I've done. So, and then parents, thank you for the opportunity to work with your students. You know, many of you kind of go into this blindly. Some of you have had students who, prior students who have come through the band program, and you know what it is that you're getting yourself into. But for those of you who your student just said, I want to try band, and you're like, what? I don't want to listen to that. This is kind of the result. And so thank you for allowing us the opportunity to work with your child. I can't tell you what it does to me here. Some people say, how in the world could you do that every day? I don't know. What I can tell you is that this is really an amazing job to get to share this with them, because it's something that I know that I'm going to remember forever and they're going to remember forever. And when I see them next year and the year after that and the year after that, we've shared this moment together, and that's something that never goes away. And that's something that many jobs, that doesn't provide you, other jobs don't provide you with the rewards that this job provides me with. So that's why I love my job. But parents, thank you very much. And students, I would just like for you to take a moment and give your parents a round of applause for supporting you in your musical efforts. Okay, and I really am about to hush up. We are going to play one final piece. It's titled Antiquities. It's our final selection of the night, and it is a really interesting piece because it presents a bunch of different melodies, several different melodies independently. But as the piece continues on, the melodies begin to stack on top of one another until all of the melodies are kind of running simultaneously. And it builds interest and interest until it just completely stops at the end. It's really a neat piece. So we hope you enjoy Antiquities. Following this, the students, some of the students need to go back and pack up their instruments and help us get their instruments onto the truck. And so, but your students will be briefly meeting you or quickly meeting you in the front lobby. So after Antiquities, the concert's over, but we do need your students to help us out for just a minute to get everything loaded, and then they will meet you in the lobby. So again, thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for supporting us. We love working with your kids, and hopefully you will allow them to continue in music here in Springdale, because it is one of the greatest places on earth to have your kid in music.